Real Haunted House Investigation. The dilapidated mansion stood like a spectral sentinel at the edge of town, shrouded in an ominous fog that seemed to cling to its decaying facade. A sign at the entrance declared it the Ravenswood Manor, a place infamous for its dark history and rumored hauntings. A group of paranormal investigators, undeterred by the tales that echoed through the town, gathered on a moonlit night to unravel the mysteries within. Led by Emma, a seasoned investigator with a penchant for the supernatural, the team cautiously approached the mansion. The air was thick with a palpable tension, and the rustling leaves seemed to whisper tales of long forgotten horrors. The door creaked open, revealing a cavernous darkness that swallowed the feeble beams of their flashlights. As they ventured deeper into the manor, the oppressive silence was broken only by the echo of their footsteps on the creaking floorboards. The atmosphere seemed to tighten with each passing moment, and Emma's team exchanged nervous glances as if the very walls were closing in on them. Their investigations took them through shadowy hallways and into rooms frozen in time. Dust covered furniture lay draped in white sheets, their outlines resembling ghostly figures in the dim light. The team's senses were heightened, and every sound, the distant howl of the wind, the occasional creak of a flat board, resonated like a sinister symphony. As they entered the grand ballroom, a cold gust of wind extinguished their flashlights, plunging them into complete darkness. Panic set in, and uneasy whispers spread among the investigators. In the inky blackness, they could sense a malevolent presence, an unseen force that seemed to encircle them. The oppressive silence shattered with the sound of footsteps echoing through the ballroom. Emma, her voice trembling, called out in the void, "Is there anyone here?" The only response was the hollow echo of her own words. Suddenly, a chilling whisper flittered through the air, carrying a name long forgotten. "Emily," it murmured, sending shivers down their spines. The investigators, paralyzed with fear, strained their eyes to pierce the darkness. A flicker of movement caught Emma's attention, a shadowy figure at the far end of the ballroom. As she cautiously approached, the figure seemed to materialize into the form of a young girl, her eyes hollow and vacant. The air thickened with an oppressive sorrow, and Emma could feel the weight of the girl's unspoken tragedy. Before she could react, the girl's mournful wail pierced silence, reverberating through the manor. The investigators, overcome with terror, fled the ballroom, their hurried footsteps echoing through the haunted mansion. As they reached the entrance, the door slammed shut with an otherworldly force trapping them inside. Desperation clawed at their hearts as the temperature plummeted, and the once still air turned icy. The walls seemed to close in, suffocating them in an invisible vice. In the flickering candlelight, ghostly apparitions manifested around them, shadows of a tortured past seeking solace. The investigators, paralyzed by the spectral presence, could only watch as the haunted house unleashed its chilling secrets. The Ravenswood Manor, once a silent witness to unspeakable horrors, held its spectral inhabitants captive. The investigators, entangled in the web of the supernatural, now faced the terrifying reality that some hauntings were not mere stories. They were tormented echoes of the past, forever etched into the wall of the real haunted house. The paranormal investigators, trapped within the suffocating embrace of Ravenswood Manor, felt the spectral energies intensify. The ghostly apparitions surrounding them seemed to flicker and distort, revealing glimpses of anguished faces and tortured souls frozen in time. Emma, grappling with fear but driven by a relentless curiosity, mustered the courage to address the spirits. "What do you want?" she implored, her voice quivering in the frigid air. The atmosphere crackled with an otherworldly energy, and the ghost's silent pleas became more palpable. The ghostly figures pointed towards a hidden passage, concealed behind a faded tapestry. The investigators, their trepidation overwhelming their instincts, cautiously followed the spectral guidance. The passage led them deeper into the mansion's bowels, the air thickening with an ethereal presence. As they traversed the hidden corridors, whispers echoed in the shadows, fragmented tales of tragedy, betrayal, and unspeakable horror. The mansion seemed to relive its haunted history to the voices of the restless spirits, revealing a tapestry of despair woven into the very fabric of Ravenswood Manor. The passage finally opened into a forgotten chamber, adorned with dusty relics of a bygone era. In the center of the room, an antique music box rested, its haunting melodies seeping into the investigators' souls. The ghostly apparitions converged, their mournful gazes fixated on the music box. Emma, compelled by an inexplicable force, approached the ancient artifact. As she gently turned the key, the music box sprang to life, filling the chamber with an airy melody that resonated through the haunted mansion. The spirits, no longer tormented, began to dissipate like mist in the morning sun. In the fading echoes of the haunting melody, the air lightened, and the oppressive cold gave way to a gentle warmth. The investigators, now alone in the chamber, felt a profound sense of closure, as if the mansion itself exhaled a sigh of relief. With newfound resolve, Emma and her team retraced their steps, finding the once barred exit now ajar. As they emerged into the moonlit night, Ravenswood Manor stood silent and still, the fog dissipating as if it, too, had been released from the grip of a spectral force. The investigators, forever changed by their encounter, looked back at the mansion. The once terrifying Ravenswood Manor now bore an air of somber tranquility. They had unraveled the mysteries that bound the spirits within, and the real haunted house seemed to rest in peace, its secrets laid bare. As they left the shadowy grounds, the moon cast a gentle glow on the mansion, now a mere silhouette against the night sky. The tales of the haunting, once whispered in fear, would now tell of an investigation that confronted the supernatural and brought solace to the tormented souls trapped within the spectral walls of the Ravenswood Manor.